respected principal, vice principal, supervisors, guest speakers, parents, students, and my dear teachers, greetings of the day and a warm welcome for today's online awareness session on e-safety and best security practices for students of grade 5 to 8. At this hour, on behalf of the Scholars family, I would like to extend our heartfelt condolence to the late President of UAE, His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan. We pray to the Almighty that He sends His comfort and peace upon all who mourn these days of sadness. Prayer is the source of all strength and virtue. Now, I invite Mr. Naufal, HOD of Arabic Department, to recite a few verses from the Holy Quran.
Good evening. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. صدق الله العظيم.
Thank you, sir. Nothing is more pleasant than a cordial welcome. So I take the pleasure in inviting our respected principal for today's session. Welcome, sir. A warm welcome to our vice principal, Mr. Taju. Welcome, sir. A special welcome to our guest speakers, Mrs. Vidhya Ragesh, Senior Lecturer and Program Leader in Electrical and Electronic Engineering. Welcome, ma'am. Along with her, we have Mrs. Renuka, Senior Lecturer Computing and Program Leader in Software Engineering. Welcome, ma'am. Thank you, dear guests, for accepting our invitation to address our students and guide them. Last but not the least, my dear parents, students, and teachers, a warm welcome for today's session. Dear students, before I pass the platform to our guests, I would like to inform that the attendance and feedback form will be available in the chat area after the session, and I request you to fill and submit the form. I also request you to go through our website to read all the updated policies. An incident report form is available in the website. In case of any unsafe practices, it can be utilized for reporting this incident. I hope I am clear. Now I hand over the platform to Mrs. Vidhya Rajesh. With pleasure to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the introduction. It was nice and wonderful. So let me start with commenting, posting, and recording. We have been using many technologies to engage this digital world. Sometimes it is used for sharing some funny videos, sometimes to complete your school assignments, sometimes to be in touch with your friends and families. Other times we use the technology to innovate, to collaborate, to create. Whatever be the purpose, we are digital citizens. And as a digital citizen, you have the power to use the technology to make a positive change and engage the community well beyond the borders. Digital citizens, it's not just a title, it is something beyond. As the title says, it goes as the greater the power, it comes from greater responsibilities. A good digital citizen uses technology appropriately and more responsibly. Just like a citizen in a local area or in a country, you are abide to follow the rules from the country regarding a digital citizen. You may not realize whenever you use internet, you leave behind some digital footprint. That means every time you use internet, actually you are leaving a trace of your online history. And these online histories are potentially going to be seen by your friends, families, colleagues, and possibly your future employers, and maybe sometimes your colleagues at your workplace. So we have to think twice before you post in a social media or an internet or an online platform. A digital footprint is something which is going to follow you for the rest of your life. So consider how you want to represent yourself online. Safety being the first priority. Myself, Vidhya, and Renuka are here to present the e-safety for digital citizens. We would like to start with an interesting activity. This is going to be a survey. So we are not going to use this any personal information like your name or email address, and this information which you will be providing will not be used for any other purpose. So we thought of making it more interactive sessions. So we want to see and the aim of this presentation is basically to bridge the gap between the knowledge around the internet. So my friend will be posting these links. There are two links basically. One link is for the parents and one link is for the children. So please feel free to put up your opinion. That is, you really don't have to worry about being open. Please be, open to this survey, and please put up your sincere opinions, whether it is regarding your children as a parent or about yourself. So I request all of you to complete the survey, and we'll have a look at the responses, and we'll find some interesting facts about what your child thinks about and what as a parent you feel about.
Yeah, student parents, can you please let us know, like, have you completed it? Many of you have raised hand. Thank you very much for that. Please let us know so that we can continue with the session.
Yeah, I think then let's have a look at the survey responses. So this is the response for the digital citizen child, and as we can see, the first question was related to whether the digital access is an integral part of my day-to-day existence and it is my fundamental right. 57% believes it is their fundamental right and it is something essential. And my parents and I have established rules as what to do on internet at home. And I can see all of them said yes, that's really wonderful. When we were designing the questions, this is something which we were not very sure about how the responses are going to be. My parents limiting my screen is for my well-being, sometimes limiting my creativity and freedom. 70% believes that it is for my well-being. This also shows you all are wonderful children. And it is okay to give him or her my phone number so that we can get together. So this is something which we need to look at, maybe or no, and I can see the response for no is increasing. That is something we have to look at today, whether we should provide personal information to someone we meet online. Most of the time I spend when I'm online, YouTube and educational purpose tops the list. Instagram and Discord is not well beyond. And TikTok 0%. That's something very interesting. And online gaming only 30%. That's really interesting. Your screen time should be limited, and 80% said yes. That's really good to hear that you are self-motivated. I prefer to be online on my gadgets than going out with my families, as it's boring sometimes. That is disagree. That's again something really interesting. Response came out. This is just opposite to what we expected. I prefer chatting with my friends online than meeting them in person, and there is yes for 11% and no for 8%. That's again something very interesting to know. It is okay to record something funny and post it to my friends group. Not sure. That's something which we have to look at today. Yes, it is okay, and 70% said it is not okay. Yeah. So this is what we have to be sure about. So this is what we are here today. And we were bullied. If so, how? So the top is I was not bullied, and 91.7%. That's again, I think the wonderful job of the school, the teachers, and who are responsible to make sure that the students are not bullied in the class or not bullied in anywhere online. And some of them just said it is trolling, posting something inappropriate, and some said outing, sometimes flaming, and cyber stalking. These are some of the experiences the students reported. Are you well informed about the e-safety, cyber crimes, and the laws? Yes, 90.9%, a very good figure. This is again the good job of the school, that they are informed about cyber crimes and e-safety. Let's have a look at the digital citizen parents. I have 7 responses. Have you observed any of the this in the following in your child? 57 responses taking time away from the activities, and 42% said they haven't experienced none of them with the child. That is again something really awesome. And some of them decreased consciousness, behavioral problems, less focus on studies, 14%. Not enough sleep, not enough physical activities, no focus on schoolwork. Very less percentage. Yeah. So this is again something we wish to see and we want to see in our children. Which platform concerns you most? As Minecraft, again, which is the topper in the class. Again, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Discord, Snapchat, very less. We can't negligibly small. So this is something the reality, or this is something something which we don't know about. This is something we need to check. I have made my child clear about the boundary between online and offline. Again, 87.5%. Wonderful job to all the parents here. Average time spent by your child on internet and on weekends. I can see less than 1%. That's something. Something not going to be real. And 1 to 2%, 3 to 4%, 25%, and 50% going for 50%. 5 to 8%, only 25%. That's something reasonable. What does 99 in your child's chat means? I don't know. 100%. Okay, so that is something something which we need to dig in. Do you think there is a potential connection between internet issues and increased levels of psychological distress in your young children? And some are very confident there is a relationship. Some are confused, and 12% says no. I'm aware of the social media accounts of my child, and I monitor them regularly. 87%, again, good job. Social media affects my children's ability to socialize normally. Very not sure again, this is something which we need to dig into. I have set rules around the phones and social media, which shows yes, which is 42.9%, something which we will see today. I use parental control. 75% said yes. That's very good that you are well informed about the parental controls in all the apps and activities. How often you talk to your child about their social media activities? Daily basis, 50%, really good, and weekly, 12%, not very much, 37.5%. So these are some facts which we have to look at, and we have to look at how we can improve. And we would ask you to share your good practices, how you maintain a good communication with your child. You're open and you're welcome to share your good practices here. So coming back to the presentation. So the need of this presentation for today is about bridging the gap of the knowledge around the internet between two generations, the parents and the young children. As you can see, there is an exclusive set of use by the parents and the young people. So if you see, the parents mainly use online or medias or internet for emailing, sometimes booking the holidays, sometimes doing some research and shopping, and some sort of social media blogging and all. We are not that bad. But at the same time, if you look at young people, their area of interest is a complete exclusive set. So this is the reason there is a gap. So there are many parents who are not very sure about what are the activities, how many email address your child is having, what are the platforms they use for chatting or connecting with their friends, what are the games they are playing, what are the online games they are participating, what do they like most, what do they spend most of the time in the online games. So there is an identified gap. So this is what we are trying to look at today. So here is your answers for the 99% no. 99 stands for parent left the room, whereas POS stands for parent over the shoulder, and 9 stands for parent watching. So this is something very new to us as well. So I think we have to be nice with our children to get to know all these shortcuts, or sometimes we have to take the help of Google. So I'm handing over this to Renuka for her sessions on cyberbullying.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ms. Just parent and student, everybody is here today. So we are talking about, mainly we will focus just a minute. I'll share a presentation from my side, and we will start because we have something to share with parent. We have something to share with students. So just give me a second, and I'll share content with you. I hope everybody is able to see my screen. Can anybody please confirm?
Yes, Renuka, I can see that.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so parent and student, what is the aim of today's session? What we are going to see? So first and very important that we will check that how children are using internet. That is the most important, that for what purpose they are using internet. Then we should know why this session is there and why e-safety means what. Okay, so we are going to see what are the different ways in which we can make our kids safe while using the internet. Okay, and what are the ways there for supporting the parent which they can use for a better usage of internet for your kids. Okay, and we have certain guidelines like how you can keep track on your child's internet usage, how it will be used, and what are the different ways for the same. Okay, so coming for this, some of the major cyber guideline. First of all of us, we are using internet now. Okay, so what exactly is internet and what you all know. So parent, definitely sometime for me also it happens, my kids are there and I think that they are so lucky that they are getting to use internet and whatever information they want, they can easily get it. Okay, but for us, and at our time it was not there. Like when I was in the school, I'll not say that for all the parents, but when I was in the school, so definitely it's like a blessing. It's internet is blessing, and it is used to connect. It's really good to have it. It is fun, but remember that there is a dark side of it as well. Okay, and the dark side of internet, not everything on the internet is safe and that can be trusted. That is the most important thing what I can say for the internet. Okay, so now this is the important thing, that what are the things we should consider when we use our browser. Okay, so I want answer from some of you students. So which browser do you use for internet access? Yeah, I think I am not able to. My screen is shared, so maybe I'm not able to see in the chat. This I'm really sorry. I think I not able to. Okay. Just can anybody please confirm me? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so the first thing here is that update your web browser. What it mean by that? You should have an updated version of your web browser always. How you will do it? Okay, so can anybody tell me which web browser do you use? Use Google Chrome or Firefox or maybe Microsoft Edge? Okay, so all these are different, and many more web browsers are there, but these are the normally used one. So how do I keep my web browser updated? So first of all, I'll show you how we can do it with the Google Chrome. Okay, so when I open my Google Chrome, it's like a normally you will see this type of screen there. And if you go here, this 3 dots in the corner, okay, these 3 dots in the corner, and if you click on the help, you click about Google Chrome, and at that time you can see that it starts updating your Google Chrome. Okay, so always use the updated version of the browser. Why? Because every time any software company, whenever they gives update, it means that some modifications, some extra things are added there. Okay, and you will be able to see all the contents. So this thing I have showed you about the Google Chrome, the same is there for the Firefox as well. The 3 dots are changed to some lines here, but same thing, you go on help and you select the about Firefox, and you'll see that it starts updating it. Okay, Firefox is up to date and it will start updating it. Same thing is there for Edge as well. So that is the most important thing. The first one, update your browser. The second thing, choose strict privacy and security setting on your browser. How we'll do it? Okay, so let us consider any of the browsers. Suppose, for example, now I'll consider the Edge. Okay, suppose if I have some page open here and I want to check how I can set the security for my Microsoft Edge. Okay, so again, if I click here on these 3 dots, here you will see a list, and in that list you will see settings here. For remember, student and parents, for each one settings are there. Okay, if you click on setting, you will see a lot many things here in the settings. So for now, I'll recommend you go there, try to explore it, and you'll find many more new things there. Apart from that, let us see what are the securities that we can do. So you can see here privacy search services. Okay, so if I click on this, so it will provide me all the information about the privacy setting that I can do here. So here it's like a tracking prevention, basic, balance, strict setting. Then even I can clear my browsing data. So that is again very good practice to clear your browsing data, because if it is always there, it can be tracked. Remember, it's always good, like at least weekly try to clear your browser data. Then these are the privacy policies given here. Send, do not track, allow sites to check if you have a payment method saved. So if I keep this open, keep this on, then it will save my payment method. So it's better always to keep it off. Okay. Then other diagnostics are also given there. Security. Okay, so for the security purpose, block potential unwanted app. If I want to block any app, yes, I can go and turn off it. Okay, then I can turn on the site safely services. So I can switch that. Okay, if the site is safe only, just give it. So all the settings are there. You can go through and check whatever are appropriate. You should always apply those. Okay. Then next here it is about the cookies and site permission. What it mean by cookies? Can any student, can you tell me what do you understand by cookies?
Actually, they are unable to unmute,
Oh, sorry.
ma'am.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Okay, so when we say about the internet cookies, these are some programs that are stored there. Okay, so they will stay on your computer and it will occupy memory. Whenever you load any site, that cookies will get executed and they'll get data from there. So like, for example, we wonder that I go on Amazon and Amazon directly gets some data. They directly show me some information which I entered already. Okay, so on many sites, they save this information, and that is in terms of cookies and site permission. Okay, so if I click on this option of cookies and site permission, so here you can see what are all the permission that you can disable. So for example, location here. Okay, so I can say site permission location, ask before accessing recommended. Okay, so what it means, that site will ask me that whether should I access your location or not. You can see here these two sites. I like Domino's, I ordered pizza once and I allowed them to check my location. For the Pizza Hut, I allowed them to search my location. You can see that is allowed, but it's always better to delete it. Okay, it's always better not to allow it, because it's not good every time they will access your location. Okay, that is just one example about accessing the location. There are different sites that you can provide the site permission as well. Okay, so if I say all sites, these are the sites visited, and here suppose this is the first site of Bolton, and what are the different options, what are the different permissions given for that site. Suppose for the location, I can block that this site should not access my location. Okay, so I can block this, I can allow this, everything is in our hand. That's the thing, that we need to use it properly. Okay, so this is about cookies and permission. There are many things here. Please go ahead and explore it, because if I start explaining all this, it will definitely take more time. So I'll request everybody to just go and explore it. These type of settings are there in all browser. It's there in Google Chrome. It's there in, if you go here, you can see privacy and security, and all the options are here. The same is there for Firefox as well. You can see privacy settings are there for Firefox and setting. You can see privacy and security here. Okay, so if you go on any browser, definitely you'll be able to see all those settings there. Okay, that is about the privacy and security settings. Then the most important thing is stop visiting the website without the HTTPS. What it means, you should always check. If you get any forward, you should always check if that S is there. Okay, what S means? It's a secured website. So here in picture, you can see, here in this picture, you can see that this is not secured, this is the secured one. And I'll give you the recent example. Like last week only, I think many of you might have received this message of DEWA, Dubai Electricity and Water Authority. Many people, they received this message. And can you see this link here? It is HTTP. That is the first block everybody should do, because HTTP is not a secured one. So this was there, that congratulations, DEWA is going to give some 10,000 dirhams to anybody. Why anybody will give something for free? Okay. Then after that, you can check after slash, that is education, something is there, .top, and after that DEWA is written. Normally, remember, whenever it is authorized website, their name, you should check that name in the first place here after HTTPS. Okay, if after HTTPS, if name is there, then consider that is a valid site. Okay, and you can see there that fake was there around like for a week, and after that DEWA has declared
that, okay, this is a fake news and somebody is spreading the rumor. Okay, so always be careful whenever you are using any site. The next thing is be careful what files application you download, because many times there are chances that you download anything and it may contain virus. The next thing is delete your browser cookies. Okay, so as already I explained you, cookies is what? These are some code that is there at the back of your system and it stays there. So it's not good for us to have a lot many cookies, and lot many people are watching what we are doing with the internet or with the browser. Okay, so it's good practice to delete your cookies and you know from where to delete it. Use ad blockers to enhance privacy. So this feature also is there in the browser setting. You can access this and you can use this. Just ad blocker, you need to click it and it will be enabled. Okay. Stop your browser from asking to save your password. Many times we see that it asks us to save our password. What will happen if I save my password is that if any cookie is there, or if any unauthorized site or anybody is trying to access my information, they can access my password as well. And the last one, it is create a strong password, enable two-factor authentication. What it mean by two-factor authentication? That means I'm going to check at two levels. For example, here I'm opening my mail. So I will write my password here. What next thing, what second factor I can give? I can connect it like this here to my mobile as well. So what happens? They will send me a message on my mobile and they will verify if I am the correct person there who is accessing this information. Okay, so normally this two-factor authentication, it's like for important mails or the bank account or many other things, you can apply that, and you will see when you access even banking system, it is there. But many of the mail system also, the two-factor authentication is possible for you to put it. Okay, so now after learning all this, how I can save like internet safely. The next thing is user account and password. So what the different things I can do and I should not do there. Okay. First of all, select a strong password. What it mean by strong password? Suppose my name is Renuka. So I'll not keep my password as just Renuka. Or I'll not keep it like my last name, like Nyayadhish. Okay. So anybody will understand that the hackers always, hackers are intelligent. That's why they are able to hack the system. So they can guess your password definitely, and they can try to put it. So put something different. Okay. Change your password regularly. That is also good practice. So if somebody is able to hack your password also, if next time they try, they should not be able to log into that. And always log out. Suppose if I have logged in into my mail, it's better practice to log out when I complete my work. Okay. What are the don't things? What things I should not do? That is using the same password multiple account. I should not use automatic login function. That is also a very problematic thing. Suppose if my PC or my mobile gets stolen, so in that case, if it is automatically logged in and if my bank account information is there on mobile, it's very difficult to track on that or to change the password again. Don't share your password, but remember, write down your password somewhere for yourself to remember it. Okay. Then don't use personal information in the password as well. Suppose my name is Renuka. So suppose Renuka I am using, or I am using Bolton, or I am using my date of birth. That is a general practice for the people to use the date of birth or kid's name or your child's name. So just avoid that sort of information. Remember, always try to keep password with capital letter, small letter, then one special character and number. Okay. For parents, one special note is here. Make sure that you have your child's password for the email, messenger, or the social networking. Students, please don't get offended here, because this is for your safety only. If your parents know your password, because in case of any emergency, in case of cyberbullying that we are going to discuss, it's very helpful for us as a parent to keep track on your messages. Now, another thing that we are going to discuss is about the email and phishing. Okay. So normally what phishing is, okay, so nowadays cyber criminals may try to trick you into revealing your personal information, and that we have seen. We get some link, they ask us to click on that link, and they'll ask your name, your bank detail, and lots much information about you. What they want your personal information. They want to use your personal information. Okay, so and what this is called as, okay, this only is called as a phishing. Okay, they want to track you, they want to get you in their hook for phishing. That's the normal phishing, and the internet phishing, it's like this. So how the phishing happens, that you may receive phishing message that you will request to perform an action or share some valuable information. You can see here on the slide, like suppose sometime we receive some mails like this. Just one example is given: claim your tax refund online. Anybody who is taxpayer may think that, okay, and they are related, they know about the IRS, they will think that, okay, I'm getting some money back from the company or from my for my tax. Okay, they will show you amount, they will give you some, and the link is there, get started. Once you click on this link, get started, the hacker's machine is connected to your computer, and by that they will try to get information from you, or they will try to track your computer. So remember, unless and until it is authenticated, don't click on any link. Okay, I'll tell you, many people I have seen here have faced this problem. They clicked on link, and then after that, either their PC got hacked, or they provided some information, bank information, and their account is empty. Okay, so please be aware of this phishing, because the hackers are there to get all your information. Okay. So what precaution we should take not to go into this email or the phishing? Okay, so first of all, verify the sender from where you are getting the information. How you will verify? Tell me. So suppose if I see there that I have received a message from University of Bolton. Okay, so I will not trust that initial name there. What I will do, I'll go and check the mail ID given there. Okay, I will authenticate that mail ID. Many times you will see that the mail ID is fake and the name is different one. Okay, so verify your sender there, then verify the link. Don't click even if you feel that it is suspicious. Okay, and mark suspicious email as a spam mail. Okay, what you should not do, open any attachment unless and until you feel that it is secure. Clicking on any link, please be aware that clicking on any link, you're opening door for hackers. Okay, and revealing your information. Okay, always be careful when responding to any message ask you to open an attachment or log into the website, or to verify your account or reset your account password or request personal details. These are mainly the things they want from us. Okay, so we should be really careful about this. Okay, so all this was about the email and phishing and login security we need to take. The important point here for student you as well, as I'm very happy that many of you have replied to the message that you haven't cyber bullied yet, but you are in grade 5 to 8. So as you go to the higher grade, or when your teenage starts, normally the cyberbullying happens more and more in the teenagers. What the cyberbullying? Parents, for you also this information, you should know that suppose sometime if you feel that your son or your daughter, they are not in a mood, or when they go to the internet again immediately they are behaving in a different way, just try to check if they are getting cyberbullied by somebody, because this is also the one thing which normally happens. Okay? So what it is, that is harassing you by the means of electronics. Okay, so it's typically it happens with the teenagers. They do it through the social media or maybe other intent. Okay, what that may be. So posting rumors about you, threaten, sexual remarks, victims, just anyhow they want to say something bad, or they want to harass you. What you should do in that case? Like, these are a few examples of the cyberbullying. They can send you a message. You can see here in this picture. They will send whatever on your personality. They will say on your education, they will say, they will try you to put down. Okay, so what they can do is that they can send you mean text messages, harsh mail, or starting spreading rumors about you. It may possible that they will post something about you, posting your picture without your permission, or setting a fake profile. That also I've seen many times it happens. Okay, or creating a cruel website as an attack on someone, or many more reasons, many more examples are there for the cyberbullying. How to stop it? How we can stop it? First of all, student, remember, you need to, if you face something like this, somebody is doing something like this with you, first of all, log off the site where the bullying is happening. Stop it. Okay. If you are getting bullied on the mail, block email. Okay. Don't respond to them because they want that. They want you to get angry, or that is their purpose. So don't entertain them. Okay. Important thing, save that message. It doesn't mean that if you are getting some messages for cyberbullying, you will delete those messages immediately. No, you save that message. Why do you save? You can, because there are many laws against this. Okay, so you can take help from somebody. You can tell it to someone. Okay, talk it out. Tell it to your parent. Tell it to your teacher. Okay, you need to understand that this is type of new crime. I can say it happens. Okay, so student, specifically for you, if you come across any of this, immediately contact your parent, contact your teacher, share it with them. Parents, you just keep track of this. If your child is upset, if your child is facing some this type of problem. So this is very important note for both, for student and parent as well. The first one, teach. So parent, this is for you. So please teach your children how to safeguard themselves and ensure they communicate with you. Okay. Then the second thing, student, it's for you. Notify your parent or guardian about the incident immediately. Any type of incident. It's not only the cyber bullying. It may be related to you received any email, or it may be any unauthorized link or access or anything. Just inform it. Okay. Don't respond. Don't forward. Okay. Or delete any of the offensive message. Okay. Why there is no need to delete it? Because if you delete it, there won't be any evidence of it. Okay. Obtain the screenshot. Okay. Immediately get the screenshot if somebody is sending you like the different type of messages. Tell your teacher and any trusted adult as soon as possible if you face this type of situation. So that is about that. These are the important note you should take. Now I'll pass it to my colleague, Ms. Vidhya, for the social media and online communication. I'll stop sharing.
Thanks for that, Renuka. So, keeping in mind, I might go a little faster as we are approaching the time. So, social media and online communication, this is something the hottest topic for the young generation, of course. And a person's personality and his or her interests can be easily identified. What they do on social media, how active they are, and this is something which is the interest of the day, and personal information. So if you see, this is something which we have to keep secure. This is something which we cannot compromise. Going your personal information, or undergoing through an identity theft. So parents, make sure that you talk to your child about the personal information and why is it special. So this, if it goes to what it is about, what is your personal information, these personal informations can be used to identify and locate where they live, which school they go to, what activities they are involved in. So just make sure that your child knows what information should go online, what can be posted online. Encourage them not to put much personal information on their social media profiles, including their phone numbers or personal email address. And ask your child to tell a parent or a trusted adult before posting any personal information online. Encourage your child to be careful about posting the photos. Ask them to use separate emails when you signing up for games or any websites, and they should not include their names into their email address. And encourage them to read the user agreements and privacy policies while downloading any app or any signing up for any games. So coming to some of the famous social media platforms, again the short hopper, Instagram. So Instagram by default, this is I think the masters are there as my audience. Of course, the students. I think this will be helpful for the parents who are not much into Instagram. I know some of you are already there. So it's all the posts are default by default. Anybody can see your profile. So please make it private so that only your followers can see your posts. In case once you make it private, all the follow requests will appear in your activity, and you can approve it or ignore it as you wish. And if you are one of your person is already following you before, and you don't want to see them there, you see a post, you can block them. And there are some things which you need to be mindful about the private posts as well. So if you post something private in Instagram, and as per your settings in Twitter, probably they can see your private post in Twitter. So please make sure that your Instagram for your children is made private by going to the settings, and you can do this one as private account. And YouTube again has got lots of privacy settings. You can go here and make sure that your likes, subscriptions are made private. You can add filtering to YouTube. You can set time limits, and you can also use monitoring and reports. So this is how I have done. You can see there is your account, and you can see here parental settings. So go here and manage your settings. You can click here, and this is how I have added my children's YouTube channels into my account. You can see that they are supervised accounts, and I can see I can set according to your age group which age they fall into, and you can go to your settings and your families, and you can ask for emails with the recommended contents and all. And again, under this settings, you can see lots of things are there. I think probably this will interest you more. You can review your your child's watch history, which websites they are looking at, and all. And the Facebook, again, you please log in with credentials, but make sure that you don't give any personal information there. Block the users you feel are not trustworthy. Set your private sharing so you can decide who will see your post and who cannot comment on your timeline. I don't think much of you have a Facebook account, especially not much interest for the new generation. So think before you post something online. You have to ask yourself, am I sharing too much of information? Will it hurt someone? And if you feel that it's already happened, and you can ask your children that take it down and ask them to delete if it is someone else, or if you see something, you can report to the website. Social media and platforms are screened by the employers when a candidate apply for a job, and you have to submit all your social media accounts in each and every email for immigration purpose and all. So make sure that you keep it clean. Do's and don'ts, the same thing which I said. Privacy settings, make sure that as Renuka said, for browsers you have privacy settings, so social media you have privacy settings, make it personal. You can monitor, you can see what websites they look into. You have an option to report any abuse. You can also basically decide who will follow you. You can decide which friends request you should accept. That's all about social media. Just make sure that I think it's parents' duty to make sure that what they should post and making sure their personal information is not posted online. Audio and video conferencing, this is something I think with the saviors of schools and universities, and that basically saved us from, the COVID outbreak, not stopping your education or any jobs. And this is something which is now, part of everyone's life today. So just some do's and don'ts. Just make sure that you don't record any live stream without the people concerned, especially in UAE, which is, a criminal offense. Don't invite personal participants. Being school students, please don't distribute recorded videos of your online classes. So now again, to the parents, make sure that your child consults you before they start using a new video conferencing applications. And mobile phones are considered to be safe, and sometimes exemptions for privacy settings, because the parents tend to believe that this is something which really doesn't go to their children. But end of the day, what happens is your children may be inadvertently exposed to inappropriate contents when they search some online searches, or sometimes click the website links or pop-up ads. So what we can do about this is make sure that you have a firewall settings with your internet provider. The first line of defense against the virus, spyware, or Trojan, or any kind of virus attacks. So a firewall should be permanently turned in. Coming to video games and online games, how many of you are into games and online games? Just make sure that you don't go beyond the limits to make yourself fatigued, or you have start getting the sleeping disorders, and to an higher level you feel restlessness when you are unable to play. Your parents can look at different types of symptoms, like behavioral as well as physical symptoms. Sometimes anxiety, depression. I have seen many of my students going through depressions after coming out of their gaming addictions and all. So this will definitely distract from education as well. So this is something which the parents as well as children should be very careful about. Files and sharing and downloads. Most of the websites, they claim that it is trusted by millions and all, but they are not really safe. So you are prone to, get a Trojan or a very strong viruses which can completely take off your full data from the computer. So just make sure that you don't use unsafe file downloaders and all. So this is a very favorite part of teens when they share music, free movies and all. So please make sure that you use the safe ones for file sharing and safer downloads. Coming to the UAE cyber laws. UAE criminalizes the use of internet and the invading of the privacy of another person. You cannot record audio or video without someone's consent or conversation, and photographing others. Violations are punishable, and the threats of violence or invasions of privacy are considered as cyberbullying, and they are punishable offenses in UAE. So what we can do about it, we have seen lots of problems, we have seen some of the solutions. So the question by the children, I think each and every one of you, or even the parents, how much is this too much? So our concern is their children being online. So how much is this too much? So one size fits all approach will not work. Some will have anxiety issues. Some are good children. They can self-regulate, and they can take down their gadgets without prompting them. So how will we decide what is appropriate time for your child? And if I mean the children from the same house will have different approaches and behavioral issues. So consider these tips when you set your rules. Make sure that you set rules around the screens and the social media, how much time they should be spending, what social media applications they should be using, and have a control of their accounts, have monitor them regularly. Have a structured screen times, like you can have it, what break times they can have, weekends, how much time they can have, probably before the bedtime, half an hour or something. Encourage a balance between screen time and activities. Make sure, encourage them to take part in physical activities and all. Make sure that you have a parental controls and apps that can control the length of the time, because this is very, very helpful when it comes to working parents. And keep screens out of the bedrooms, definitely. Yes. And again, tips for the parents to keep your child safe online. Educate them, make them understand the importance of keeping the personal information secure. Educate them about the possible threats which they will face online, and protect them using parent control tools and parent control settings in the browsers and the emails and the passwords. Wherever possible, protect them, monitor them, whatever is there on place, all the systems on place. Still, we have to have a monitoring on a daily basis. I saw wonderful results on daily basis and weekly basis. You are checking on your children's more activities. Have a look at the history, which websites they are looking at, what games they are playing at, all of that. And definitely when they grow up, they will demand more privacies, but it's very important that you stay connected, you stay interested and engaged. Support them in case something goes wrong online. You're the one who has to support them, so make sure that you are there for them always. These are some useful links. Possibly you can look at for the parents guide for Instagrams, TikToks, and YouTubes. These are some exemptions for those who are not already into it. So be safe, be aware, be smart online, and be secure. Thank you so much.
It's time for our Q&A session. Dear students, if you have any question, please use the raise hand option, or you can drop a question in the chat area. Brave, do you have a question? Brave has raised his hand.
Sajida ma'am, you can move to the next person.
Yes, sir. I think no one is raising their hand. Children, if you have a question, you can use the raise hand option, or you can drop a message in the chat area also. I think everything was very clear.
Attendance link is also posted there in the...
Yes, students, attendance and feedback form is posted there in the chat area. I request you all to fill and submit the form. Thank you, Mrs. Vidhya and Mrs. Renuka, for this wonderful session. On behalf of the Scholars Indian School, I would like to request our principal to do the honors, to share a token of appreciation to our guest speakers, Mrs. Vidhya and Mrs. Renuka. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Sajida ma'am. Yes, our guest of honor, Madam Vidhya, Madam Renuka, my dear teachers, students and parents. It's a matter of great pleasure for me that we have people even outside our school to support us. This is a matter of a great happiness. In fact, when I contacted Mr. Raj Nambia, he was readily accepting our request and was trying to find out some able and talented resource persons for the purpose. Okay, anyhow, you see, luckily we got our parent also. Right, Vidhya ma'am is our parent. Am I right, ma'am?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So we are so happy that you have joined us to support our students here. You know that, you see, to make our students aware of the cyber safety features is a need of the hour, because it is very, you see, it is very obvious that many of our students fall prey to cyber attacks and cyberbullying. So on this occasion, your guidance and your support will definitely help our students. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Vidhya ma'am. Thank you, Renuka ma'am. So as a token of our appreciation, I would like to present a certificate of appreciation. So a request, is it with Sajida? Is it with you, or I think it is with you?
Yes, sir, I will share it. Yes.
Okay, so Shamir, you please share it, and please. Ma'am, Vidhya ma'am, you see, we are presenting the certificate in honor of your, you see, willingness to support us. Thank you, ma'am. Shamir.
Thank you so much.
Renuka ma'am, we are so happy to share this certificate. We will be mailing these certificates to you. Okay, thank you once again.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being the good listeners. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Sajida ma'am, please
Yes,
ask the students to stay back.
Yes, sir. It's time for us to wind up the session. Time to express my vote of thanks. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all the others. First of all, I would like to extend my gratitude to our principal and management for arranging such an awareness session for our students to keep them safe from all online insecurity and dangers. Next, my heartfelt gratitude to our guest speakers, Mrs. Vidhya and Mrs. Renuka, for this astonishing session. The session was crystal clear, and hope our students and parents got the valuable points that they need to know at this hour of need. Thank you, dear parents, students, and teachers for your presence. Once again, I thank one and all present here. Dear students, I request all of you to stay back for a while, as our principal would like to speak to you. Our guests, Mrs. Vidhya and Mrs. Renuka, will be signing off now. Thank you, guests, for your presence.
Thank you so much. Goodbye. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am. Good night. Thank you, Sajida ma'am. Once again, let me take this opportunity to talk to the students here. I believe most of the students are very clear about the threats, the online threats we people are exposed to these days, especially the pandemic have given life to the people who are spreading malicious contents, and not only that, a lot of cyber threats, and we are falling prey to that one. So I wanted our students to be very cautious about such kinds of online threats and e-safety related matters. Here, you know that the school has got many different policies in order to protect our students. I request everybody, the parents, teachers, as well as our students, to go through the policies that we have already published in our website. I request all of you to do that one. And here, I would like to share some information with regard to the acceptable use policy. So for that matter, I'm sharing the screen. I believe you can see the screen right now. Only a few points I'm sharing with you. This is actually the sum total of what the resource persons have already communicated to you. The first thing I want all of you to do is this one. You are supposed to respect the privacy of other people. You are not supposed to encroach to others' content if it is not permitted. Okay, for example, is some of the students are trying to probably bully the students by duplicating their identity. It is actually encroaching into the privacy of others. So please don't go for any sort of identity theft or something like this one. And you are likely to notice some abusive or illegal contents. If you happen to see that one, or if you happen to, get some sort of abusive or illegal contents, we request you to report the matter to the teachers or to the parents. I also want you to adhere to the copyright policies, copyright restrictions, while downloading materials from the internet. You see, in the case of some of the materials, you are not given permission. In some other cases, there are so many materials available for our use. Of course, we can use that one, but you are not supposed to present this one as a content of yours, as your material. So it is against copyright restrictions. And I would like all of you to avoid chatting with strangers, because this will ultimately lead you into trouble. After a few exchanges of talk, they will ask you to do certain things. Probably you will be compelled to do that one. And if anything wrong took place, they may be threatening you to send a lot of money. So you are supposed to be protected from that one, okay? If any cyberbullying like that takes place, don't hesitate to report the matter to the teacher or to the parents. We will try our level best to protect you from that one. You all have, some accounts. Of course, the school has given you our, Outlook account for the purpose of attending the classes, for the purpose of sharing a lot of matters. And you also may have a lot of accounts in social media, such as Facebook, Twitter. Okay, right. So if you have any of these accounts, you are supposed to use a very strong password. You see, the password policy is there on our website, and password, regarding the password, the resource persons also communicated. You can use a combination of numbers, alphabets, and special characters, and you are supposed to change the password frequently, okay? Let me also request you to update the browser. For example, some of you are using, firewall, okay? Or something like that, okay? So you are supposed to update, all these things very frequently, and use an updated version of antivirus. And you have to update the antivirus every day whenever you use it. You may please try to obtain software only from trusted resources and use only secured website. You need to make sure that it is coming from secured. It is possible you will come to understand that one. The link, the URL begins with HTTPS, and you need to make some arrangement to have some lock pedal, for that one, okay, right? You are requested to scan files before you start using that one. Before you operate any of the files, please scan that one, because sometimes there may be some virus, or sometimes there may be some dangerous contents. You are asked to lock your screen after you have used the computer. After the use of computer, or after the use of tablet or phone, you may please lock the screen. And not only that, you may set one automatic locking system also there. In case you forget to lock it, let it be automatically locked. I would like you to make some privacy setting in your social media accounts. Why? Because otherwise, your profile, your messages will be visible to strangers. That can lead to some dangerous consequences. I would like you to feel free to report any online safety related matters to the teacher. So, for example, if your school account has been hacked, please report the matter to the teacher, to the school, to the e-safety officer. That's myself, the principal. Let me tell you, we are to be protected from online threats. Similarly, others also should be protected from us. We are not supposed to do any sort of bad things against our friends or against anybody else, because it is legally banned. We are not supposed to bully anybody. If you bully anyone, you need to understand that there are rules and you will be put behind the bars and you will be deported and hefty fines will be levied on you. You are supposed to be careful all these things. Okay, so please be aware of the consequences of any sort of cyberbullying from your side against others. So these are the points I want to tell you. All these are available there in our website. You may please go through that one and be aware of all these kinds of things. So protect yourself and protect your friends also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Students, I hope you have submitted the attendance and feedback form. In case if you're not able to find it in the chat area, it will be sent in your class WhatsApp group. I request you all to submit it there. Thank you. Good evening. Thank you to one and all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Good night, sir.